Now we're going to be jumping into our second match in the grand finals, but don't...
But it is going to be the push onto the A side here.
Oh, and they block off Drone in the back, so he can't really get involved in the fight, and he's just going to have to focus on actually tearing that one down. But Wardell, though, he'll be the one to handle all the business that's necessary. Sinatraa gets a kill. Dapr as well gets followed. Spike now will be planted, and it is just going to be Dapr. He's healthy. He's Dapr. Whether or not, though, this is going to work out, he has to be mindful of the fact that there were players coming from that ramp side, and that will be a first blood here for TSM. And just full vision denial. Hazed playing this angle here. Pops one, gets damage into the second. The paranoia is going to be so chunky, too.
Just ensuring there's not going to be any aggression here from TSM. There's that camera again on the A side just to push the player away from ramps, but there is that aggression into B garage. Sinatraa gets one. Hazed is going to be able to retreat after the trade, and that's big. That's important.
Cutler just waiting this one out. But now that the slow orb has dissipated, they'll be receiving them down low. Hazed is on this angle. Spike down low, but that is just a ShahZaM peek for just for the win. That was just great. But I think as he creeps forward here, ShahZaM will be waiting for this. Clean kill on Dapr as he tried to make a problem for them on the flank. 2v3. Watch out for the Sage just pushing out. They heard it as well. Thick heard that movement, so jumped right on the opportunity to do so. Drone, this is not going to be a winnable situation for him. Couldn't even get inside of the site.
Doesn't really matter what agent he plays. He seems to be there or thereabouts. The right place at the right time. And it's aggression again towards A. Sinatraa gets the opener onto Subroza. So for all this time, they've just been putting a camera up and showing presence. But now when TSM maybe don't expect it, instead you get the double push to ensure they get the trade.
But Wardell's going to even the odds here with that shot on the Zombs. So you lose out the paranoia, the smoke, that very critical utility that they could use to try and take sight here. Oh man, ShahZaM. And as he looked, it just did not pay off for him. Drone being forced back on screens. Wardell didn't like the shot, so he's going to tailwind out of there. It wasn't an angle that he was comfortable with. Then Drone comes right back into the fray. Spike down, but it's basically just going to be sick. And it doesn't matter how good you are as a battle Sage. There's just no room for you to be able to work with. They suffocated him on A site. And TSM will get another round here.
Going to be a heavy push towards A this time for Sentinels, and RTSM going to have the right players in the right time. Wardell doesn't connect with that shot, but look at this flash from Drone. It's huge.
When you see a jet with a judge, really the only option is just to fly at someone's face and shoot them a million times. But they will be able to use that res to bring them back into the fight here. So that's going to give them that slight advantage. And they know that someone's still going to be tucked away. So ShahZaM being brought back in really doesn't end up doing anything as Hazed gets a kill. And just look at the peak as well. Using the glass above screens to just give him a bit more intel as to where they're going to be located. Now, though, they'll jump right back over because I think he saw maybe it was maybe one player there, but there was just not enough for him to go for that commitment. There's Wardell as he drops back over to the side, a comfortable position by the elbow. This guy is basically going to be dead to rights. But watch out, though, because Zombs was waiting for him. Hazed was prepared to actually help him out. Now 2v2. Spike's still going to be...
They just held that spike towards A main. They didn't commit to it. They forced TSM onto the site. But now they're going to push towards B, and it's going to be a 2 versus 1, and they make it. A 2 versus 1 to end the round as well. Spike will go down. With
Dapr going all the way wrapping around toward heaven, it's going to give Hazed like really just no open opportunities here. Going to run right into the stage on the other side. So that's going to be the exchange. And he's expecting the poke to be coming in. Preemptive wall 2 at mid. Just to provide some safety, some coverage. Things slow down here yet again. Subroza is going to be the first point of contact. Satchel comes through. He hears that jet dash over to the side, and Subroza continues to be up here in causing distractions and problems as well. And this guy is going to get toasted in the corner.
Zombs.
But when you think that he's going to be out of it, he still manages to squeak away 2 kills. It's going to be very difficult for him to work with anything here with 18 HP. He does have... He gets another one? I mean, the man is 18 HP, but he's still being effective. Now he's going to just go right over toward B. Saw that a player was going to be there. That gives him some intel that the only one that will be left here at A is the sniper. And now they'll be sending 2 players here too. That's going to be Hazed ready and waiting for that shot.
TSM doing very well if you consider the fact they don't have a Cypher and they can't just entrust that one Cypher to play on a site. They're instead stacking sites and they're predicting where Sentinels are going to be, and they're doing it very successfully.
Clone killed.
ShahZaM getting that first frag there to start things off. Also watch out for that showstopper. He knows where they are. He knows at least where one player is going to be, and if he hears the ropes, he was going to say if he heard the ropes, he was going to go for that shot there, but that's okay. While he does use the orbital strike, it forces them. They don't really get any opportunity to back away in case things just don't go that well. I think in hindsight, he probably would have loved to have been able to hold on to that one as Zombs picks up a kill against Cutler. The paranoia does not connect with the blind on Hazed.
To go towards one site, you can kind of hedge your bets that it's probably going to be some form of a push there, as Wardell, dry peek from Sick, is not going to be rewarded. And maybe, actually, Sentinels could try and use that to their advantage. Send a paranoia to one side and just use it as a fake. Maybe have a couple of smokes there from Omen at the same time.
The op, and then Hazed has this angle too. It could be bad news bears for Sentinels. They see the peak too. The swing's going to be coming from the left side as well, and he's really going to be committing to that. Subroza does get a kill.
Teleport is there.
Oh,
And it doesn't matter, the drone's there as well. But okay, Dapr, I see you. Don't think you can have time to follow. So they don't want to throw it away and have any sort of stupidity happening in that 2 versus 1. So I can appreciate it being used there.
ooh, Subroza. I like that mid-aggression.
Wardell has just been holding this this B site, comfortably on his own. They don't need a Cypher when you've got Wardell being able to hold it that successfully with the off, and Subroza denying ShahZaM any sort of shot towards heaven.
Oh, they're cooking. Yeah, that was just into the meat grinder there. Now Cutler has to deal with this. Does have a paranoia. Which is going to be actually deployed out, it seems. 2 kills exchanged, and Sage has managed to pick up some action now.
Smoke's down.
Wardell's still going to be hard holding on B, and Subroza getting to work in the rope room. 2 players there. A site's wide open. This res now couldn't come at a better time here for Sentinels.
I know exactly where you are.
And then the neuro theft as well.
TSM with a little bit of money to work with, so they could go for this. And of course, with Wardell in his blades, they're certainly going to give this a go.
Oh, the poke actually came in first from Dapr. I mean, just the gall from that man while Wardell had the blades out. Respect that, because Wardell don't miss with those, not often.
Then once they get control of middle, they have been finding themselves very comfortable into B heaven, but there is an orbital strike here and waiting for Subroza, and there's a lot of people that are going to be right in the middle of this. It's going to be some damage, and it forces them out.
That was like the perfect orbital strike, and then the run it back as well. Let's not forget. So they play run it back into it. He can charge in because he's fine. He's not going to be too concerned about losing any health. He's just going to go right back to a normal state there. I love that. ShahZaM again is going to have to make magic happen, which he has been able to do so. It's actually going to be Dapr this time around, and then the reactive paranoia comes in. He's actually going to prep them to be able to drop them back into the site and herd them exactly where they want. Now here comes ShahZaM. Cutler's just watching all these different angles, and he doesn't get the blade storm either. Gets that kill. This round changes significantly there. Zombs actually was still standing there alongside Wardell, and now
Utility, great use there from TSM.
Yeah, and then the slow aura too. Let's not forget that. Hazed just gave them a lot of stall. So we just heard that the teleport was used, but I don't think it really mattered and what benefited them there in the moment in time. But now we are in a position here where Sentinels can get themselves a 4th round win. Spike is going to go down, but Drone has a lot of utility to mess around with here. Blaze Wall can give him a transition. One player's going to be on the outside. He throws that camera out. Drone flies and sends it, but in a blink of an eye, both players are going to be obliterated as they come through to the defender's side. 8-4 going into the half. Dapr's going to get a lot here with this camera. He hasn't activated it yet, but now see all the players are going to be stacked. The rotation is going to start to come through. The jet dash is going to be right in effect there in the wall. Common wall placement. Give them some kind of control on site, but they're actually going to be tucked away inside of the corner. Cutler's going to make the best of a bad situation, I should say, though. Drone is going to follow up as well. Now that that wall is out, We're just going to give them no access to sight. Well, they got exactly the information that they wanted, so now they're going to cut off this area here from screens, but Sick rotates just in the nick of time. Plays out, but just living by that wall. ShahZaM, he is just so patient. Now his whole team's going to come, and ShahZaM's got a lot to work with here. A lot to work with. He's going to drop back. They're still going to continue to commit to this here, and ShahZaM has a lot of angles that he needs to be mindful of. Zombs gets 2 kills there in turn. Sinatra's going to join the fun.
If he's not actually trying to get to ramp, he's probably just sending dark cover there just to consistently show presence so that it's not going to be an easy rotate, but ShahZaM gets the opener.
I don't think they really got what they wanted, and they're just now going to have to commit to this. Hazed is ready for this.
Oh,
and,
no.
In a startling turn of events, Hazed actually gets a double as Sick and Dapr, they were just tired of waiting. That's going to leave Sinatraa here on B side. He hasn't had the most explosive of games that we would typically see of him. I'm not too concerned about that, considering that he can always turn it up at a moment's notice. Does manage to pick up the kill. Will use the boom bot, and also finds out that a player's going to be there. Challenger on the side, and Hazed had a moment to blink there with that. Thankfully, it worked out for him, but unfortunate for Sinatraa, who just had too much to handle. All sorts of dark covers going to be deployed here as well. Subroza, though, is going to start things off, and a nice kill for him there. That will just delay a push if it occurs. And then on the opposite side of the map, though, now his drone works mid. ShahZaM might get this pick with the Bucky, and okay, he's gonna shoot that one right up the uncomfortable areas there. Does get the kill, but that will tell them that the site is going to be available for them because they got some intel as to where players are going to be positioned there. Spike now planted all the way at the back corner. Now let's see how Sentinels, who have always been exquisite on the retake, what do they do here? They have 4 players alive. ShahZaM might be able to get this open kill, but it's going to be Cutler. Oh no! I actually thought that Cutler was going to get the better of ShahZaM there, but instead it's ShahZaM who thrives. Hazed, though, is waiting. They knew that he was going to be positioned there. Sinatraa dancing around this, needs to bounce this shot, and he couldn't get the gun or the bullet back into the gun in time.
Smokes come down early just to make sure that no one can push out quickly via B Heaven. And they know there could be something freaky here because it is Sentinels on a weak buy.
Dapr doesn't really have a choice. He's going to have to back up. Actually forces him off of that position. And then Dapr's just going to send it inside. Gets the spike down and also will pick up a gun. But he does not pick up the follow-up kill onto Hazed.
Has his tailwind, but Sinatraa,
They did not see him
perfect
go
position,
there.
has Showstopper too.
They did not see him go there, and Sick's going to do... Oh, but there actually is going to be the reactive there. Nice paranoia, but Sick waited for the opportunity. The satchel still does damage, but Sick, again, is going to be the one that gets the last laugh there.
Of course, the initial kill with the Frenzy too. Just being aggressive through that smoke as he's going to be mid-controller yet again, and Sick just pokes his gun through. At least Sinatraa is there for the trade. So much vision is just being cleared on this map at the moment. Makes it very difficult to go for these aggressive peaks, and if you do, you need a teammate there to back you up, and both teams have been doing that well, GB.
And Sentinels have been king at that because they have that trust. And the TSM, well, they were the ones that really led the charge when it came to that too. Now, though, this push is actually going to end up happening here toward B. Sinatraa does manage to pick up a kill, and he's going to be slowed, but does manage to do some damage here. 6 HP to drone. If you're Zombs, get a kill on Wardell. That's nice, right?
Wardell just sitting in the dark cover, being a little bit of a sneaky beaver and getting a kill onto Zombs as well. So now for ShahZaM, it's just a case of saving this op.
If they poke, which they will be poking slowly, he can place fabricates. They actually look away at that right at the moment now. Information has been given with the teleport there, but Dapr is good for 1. Also the Neuro Theft 2. That is quite good for them just to get the Neuro Theft off at that blink of an eye moment. Also Subroza, he's going to be banged up, but should be able to get out of this. 37 HP, though. 6 HP, scratch that. You know, kind of discounting the Brimstone here, but understand that they have so many eyes just scattered about that map. Cutler will have to do something amazing here. Even with that low HP, Subroza still get the kill, leaving only just Wardell.
And now for TSM, it is going to be, again, a little bit more presence towards A, but also are going to be coming out of sewers. And Wardell gets the better of ShahZaM. He does not fear any man who has an op in his hand.
Drone waiting inside of dark cover. If Wardell gets a sniff, he's going to pop that. He does see some movement and also sees another player there as well. Look out for Drone. Can actually contribute to this here, but actually is going to get caught off and then won't be able to do much now. While all that was going on, there was some activity happening over on toward the A side, but they just recognized that they needed to rotate around. And a smart read too. The wall's out. It brings those two players over. And then at that point, they send it over to A.
This is not going to be easy. Wardell is slightly weak though.
But he has a really nice angle here. Once Zombs pushes this, he's going to get shot. Oh no. He actually goes for the shot, but misses it out now. Zombs and them are going to just go for the site take, but Dapr dies in the process now, just leaving Zombs alone, and Wardell gets 4 kills in that round. That is going to be match point here for TSM. Keep in mind, though, that that half was very well done for TSM. That's why they're going to be in the position that they're in right now, and Zombs is going to be with a weak stinger there, but ShahZaM still has that op and has his teammates back. Zombs is going to go inside of the dark cover, and here's movement. So he actually exchanges positions there for a moment. ShahZaM hits a big shot there. Now it's just going to be one player left alive for TSM.
Again, you're going to have the omen off towards A and the dark cover being sent in the same places. Dapr gets the opener onto Hazed. Hazed has tried to walk so many times onto that site. But yeah, this Cypher control on B site has been strong.
And ShahZam's just checking his corners as he should. He has a teammate there to back him up too. They're going to go for this. And now with that shot, that's actually going to be the push. Subroza manages to get the kill, but Sick is going to be waiting in the wings. And that's 2 for him. Oh, this is a big round for Sentinels, but Wardell pokes around. It's still going to be so tough because he's by himself. He only has a few seconds remaining, and Sentinels are going to have 10 rounds on the board, Gaskin.
He's going to be the main presence, but it's going to be run it back to try and get onto A here.
Yeah, and that paranoia reactive forces him back. But they know the paranoia is not going to be available to them now. And that was a job well done at the outer lanes of the map. And then Hazed pushes inside of Garage. So this actually is going to take a lot of activity over here toward B site, even though the spike is going to be located at A. This is just a great fake to pull attention over toward Hazed. Now that they know that that kill has happened,
no,
they're actually just going to have Zombs here to try and hold this thing off. The neural theft has been used. So they know where they're located, but Zombs, I mean, Zombs by right in the back site now, and he bails away right at the nick of time. ShahZaM finds Wardell. Only player's going to be left alive is Cutler. There is just no real options for him, and we are within 1. Just another brilliant play, because with that wall now, they managed to take control of this, but this gives the team the rest of the chances to get inside. Remember, folks, if they manage to get this win, Sentinels, we will be going to overtime.
Sentinels are just playing far more defensive here. You can see they recognize the money for TSM. They want to force TSM to do something, but TSM are going to go all the way to defend to spawn. Zombs does get 1, but at least Wardell is there for the trade, and that's a gun to Wardell here, GB, and that is big, big news.
Yes, but Wardell is going to be split up from the rest of the team, so no one was there to help him out. ShahZaM gets kills with the knives there, but ShahZaM actually can't back away, and now the A site's going to be available here. Oh man, it's going to be a 3v2. Subroza dies because of that. They have a res, but they won't be able to use it against anyone. 75 HP for Hazed. 2 to 3 players are going to be located here by the screens. And Hazed manages to get 1. The slow orb is going to go out there. Hazed continues. He goes in for another. That's going to give Cutler an advantage here. He plays the corner now. And if he gets this kill, I would just be stunned. They turn an awful situation into something spectacular. In an angle that I do not think Sick is going to be prepared for here. The burst, and that is going to do it. TSM, get